stop.
Let's go!
It's time for Banter with the boys.
Welcome back to Banter with the Boys. Gridiron updates. Don't know what happened there, but we are here today to recap the Soup or Bowl. Recap. Oh, I already said recap. We're just
that big old trophy.
we're
back
just
there.
here. Yep, there it is. That's the Lombardi.
Thank you.
The Lombardi. Yep. Oh, well, we will be giving that to somebody today, just not me.
Yep. Number one viewer, we're giving it to.
Sorry, I was just reading the trophy of who it was actually 2 and 4. That's wild. Did you see this? Did you
No,
actually
I
ever
have
read
not.
this? You should read that. You can read it out
Good
loud.
job, Robert. Most likely to have been a trash can in a previous life.
I did not expect that.
Congratulations.
when I started reading.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Anyway, well, we're here. Yes. Justin's here this week. What's up, dog?
What's happening?
What up? Packers still not win the Super Bowl.
No,
But
not
neither
yet.
did Vikings,
Waiting.
so, yeah.
Waiting. It's
Yeah.
okay. We can wait together.
Well,
Yes.
we're still waiting for the first one. So, Roberto?
Yeah. Welcome to the sports abyss for the next 6 months.
Sports Abyss.
Yeah. Football.
Oh.
No football.
Yeah, but the listeners could tune in.
To the Wild in 2 weeks.
No, Fast Laps, homie, on Banter with the Boys.
Oh, yes.
The other show that's on Banter with the Boys.
My bad.
Wait, I
Good
thought
Lord.
F1 just
Gears of
wrapped.
War?
It did, but it's about to start up again at the end of the month. So, shameless plug for
Lost
Fast
Gears
Laps,
of
I
War?
guess. No, but I'm not going to plug that.
With that attitude, Jesus.
Yeah.
Jake's here.
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Hi.
Well, all right. Kev, you're here. We still don't have Kev Mike after 20 episodes this season. Oh, speaking
Happy
of
belated.
episodes and crap ton of episodes, whoop, there it is. This is the official end of season 3 of Gridiron Updates. And last week's episode was our how much?
It was our 60th.
Or that's our official 3-year anniversary? 3-year anniversary. So if you're still here with us, aw, we didn't buy any flowers or nothing, but yeah, there's some golf claps going on.
We really did
that's
it.
good enough, but we've done it. Yes, we've done it. Yeah, so if you're still here, we appreciate you. We should probably hop into the Soup or Bowl recap, Kev.
Getting this down.
Like butter.
What were you saying about that interaction with Pam Oliver?
And then I said butter. That's great. No. Yeah, anyway. Nothing.
Butter who?
Nothing. Whoop, there it is. What are we talking about? The Soup or Bowl. Seattle getting the dub 29-13, as we all know.
Congrats on your choice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good job.
only one of us
Good,
at
good
the
job.
Hey,
table.
recognizing it
Correct.
here.
Oh.
Okay, but to be fair, how nervous were you about 2 to 3 quarters through that this thing could
I was
go
actually
either
getting
way?
a little amped,
Yeah.
like, oh, we're about to get a football game here.
Well, just
Somebody in one of my other chats was like, oh, I figured the game would start in the fourth quarter.
but even at halftime when they're down 9, I
still
still
felt
felt like the
like, oh.
Patriots. They'll probably figure something out.
No, dude, I was never concerned. Only because of how
Lies.
absolutely ridiculous that defense
That
played
defense
the
is
entire
crazy.
game. Like, you're bound to give up something to what the let me learn how to speak here for a minute. You're bound to give up some sort of score to the second highest scoring offense in the league in the Super Bowl. At some point.
Yeah.
So I wasn't tripping. But yeah, thanks by the way.
Yeah,
you
of
got
course.
one.
That was a long thank you.
One touchdown out of that second highest scoring offense.
Right. Hold on here. I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to hold on here.
All right, let's ask
Because somebody else also picked Seahawks. Ah, crap. Of course, I didn't write it down. I know Dom did for sure, which means actually we'll talk about it in news. And then Dom, and I think it was Ben, but I want to give him that credit if he didn't do it.
It's not here.
I think it's Ben. But anyway,
out of sight, out
so
of
there's a
mind.
couple of us. But at the table, yes, your boy has done it. Where do we want to start here? Other than that, Seattle coming out strong with that elite defense, obviously. And what about, everybody's kind of up in arms today about Will Campbell. And then who's the rookie left guard, too? I can't remember his name now for the Patriots. But
Campbell.
no, he's left tackle.
Yeah, I don't know who the guard is, but both they need to.
A ton of pressure from the left side, right? And that's
Yeah.
what they're saying. They're like, well, why? That's on Vrabel for
Jared
starting
Wilson.
two rookies
Well,
on
it's
the left
not-
side. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, he's done it all year, right?
It's not just that. It's it's also not to make excuses for them, but Campbell then came out and talked about how he probably was playing through something he probably shouldn't have been playing through. That's on the coach to figure out what you put out there versus not, because the dude was getting pancaked.
I didn't know. I haven't
All
heard
good.
that he wasn't healthy.
Well, he tore what I thought was originally supposed to be an ACL earlier in the season. Came back. It was a pretty bad knee injury. Came back within a few weeks before the playoffs.
So you think that ended up?
I remember that.
I think that screwed him over, and he probably played sooner than he should have. But that's a coach's decision. He's got to make sure he's putting his players out there that can protect themselves, protect Drake May. But to your point with that defense, there was no chance.
Yeah, and Seattle ended up with 7 sacks? I
6
think?
sacks.
It's like a Madden game.
They
Tied for
they
fifth
took
all
they
time?
took one of them away and turned it into a pick 6 instead of a fumble return. For
Oh,
a
right
touch-
on.
that-
Yeah,
Oh,
right on.
okay.
Right on. Which was true. That was pick 6, good for Nwosu, but that play was wild slow mo.
It was.
Because at first you definitely thought it was a fumble, recovery, but when they slow replayed that, I'm like, how the hell were you all of a sudden able to just? I mean, instinct, man.
Do you think it was a good idea for Patriots to kick it out of the end zone to start the game?
For sure.
Yes.
Give them at
For sure.
35?
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know. I feel like that's.
I'm not-
We're already scared.
Like
I go
it's-
back to the Niners game though. You give up that touchdown, it's already over, right? Based on what you saw.
Okay. I don't know. I'm coming out with a little more fight.
You're saying
I'm
challenging.
like,
You're
we're in
Tony
the Super Bowl.
Dungy in that thing, and you're like, I'm not afraid of
To your
them.
point, they had a
There.
great special teams as well. So if you feel like you have
Yeah.
a strong special teams,
And that was
you
his
put it
only
out there.
kick return of the year, wasn't it? That one against the 49ers? Or did he have
No,
a
I
punt
think
return?
I think he had a punt return.
Yeah.
But he's slippery, dude. That dude
He's
is
so good.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Agreed, but they contained him the rest of the game, too.
For sure. So you wouldn't have, is what
No,
you're saying,
I just
start the game.
I thought it was like a weird vibe when I said that. I was like, oh, you're already scared. That was the first thing in my mind. So,
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah.
and that Cooper Cup catch on that first drive, was it a catch? Remember that sideline one?
Yeah, that one is that
no,
was
that was a
dicey.
different one.
We talking about the tip on the ground?
No,
No.
where he readjusted
Yeah, he
and it looked like he didn't have.
readjusted. That was that first down catch, 'cause
I'm
he,
not sure if he had full possession.
because he let go of it and then
And it didn't even get reviewed, did it?
no.
No, because they went up and snapped the ball real quick. Because Cooper Cup, as soon as he got up,
Yeah.
he
They
went
went
to the
real
line
fast,
immediately
yeah.
and lined up. And I think Sam must have either
And the
figured that out and was like, yep.
And the sky judges only chime in if there's clear and obvious.
I mean,
Video-
like,
video
yeah,
the
evidence that-
bobble was pretty clear and obvious to me. Like that's instantly.
Right.
So,
But it's not, because even if he bobbles it, then is it still clear and obvious that he retains, like it still keeps both feet in bounds after regaining possession? Then you don't know.
Well, and then they're going so fast. It's the Super Bowl. You want to be careful with what you do and just kind of let
Yeah.
them play too.
but that's how my first initial.
Yeah.
I was like, as I picked the Patriots, I'm like, this ain't good. Like that was my
So-
way. When the tide turned already mentally for me.
I kind of thought that Vrabel didn't challenge that because he just wanted to hold on to it.
It was first down. It was first
and
down
it was
too.
just like
so
maybe he just wants to hold on to that challenge for something else later on in the game versus regretting
Well,
it.
then it's a timeout too, right? Like
Yeah.
you give up a timeout if you don't get it. There's a
is.
lot there.
But it also was 27 yards or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was a good chunk that first play, that first opening drive of the Super Bowl. But the defense did end up shutting them down and kicking them to
holding
field
them-
goals. A lot of field goals. So
they were.
They did play well, too. You're saying Patriots defense?
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
played great
100%.
for what they were asked to do.
100%.
Patriots secondary was super aggressive, jumping those outs.
Gonzalez during some of
Early.
those,
Oh my
like that
God.
touchdown that could have
He could have been
been
picked.
against JSN.
Yeah.
That should have been a pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally hits them both hands.
Yeah.
But the one for
How
me
he
is
played.
that one-hander because he was beat slightly, but his ability to catch back up and then lay
He's so
out
good.
Yep.
for that, unbelievable. I was going nuts for that.
Yeah, it was great to see them
I don't-
highlight their defensive backfield because a lot of times it's just Gonzalez that gets it, but they have some other playmakers
Oh,
too. So it was
100%.
great to see that.
For sure. And everybody was like, this game's so boring, which don't get me wrong, from the outside, right? 4 field goals,
For sure.
and that's all the scoring that's been going on. Like, okay, but for me, I was just jacked up. Like, both defenses were just flying around,
Yeah.
not having to send pressure early, per se. Like, neither one really did.
Yep.
And then the Patriots started first, kind of. But just I don't know, from a defensive side, it
It was a great
really fun to
defensive
watch.
game.
Yeah.
Seattle did not need to send many people. They just get home.
They
Do you
did.
think Drake May ended up getting like any happy feet or anything?
Oh, for the
early
whole
on?
game.
Yeah, the
I think
entire time.
he was sped up from the first play, and you
Yeah.
saw it. All he was throwing was fastballs every direction. I mean, there was that third down play that they really needed, and the guy was wide open, and he just gunned it in there. And that just told me he was
not
half
ready.
a step ahead of where he needed to be
And that
mentally.
fumble was huge.
Yep.
In the
So
third
Yeah,
quarter
he-
too. I mean, not characteristic of him.
I was surprised that he didn't tuck it and try and run more.
I
with
agree.
with the amount of pressure that he was
He's
feeling.
fast.
Yeah, like, and I thought that was going to be a significant difference maker between the
Me too.
quarterbacks.
And he
His
had that
ability
one
to-
longer rush
Right.
early or something. Was that
yeah,
early on?
to get like outside of the
Yeah.
pocket or at least find that open lane in the middle and then just go. But
he'd escape, but then he'd throw it, and then that's where
It's
I was
weird.
I was like, go get 5. You know, like get that ball. You know, keep collecting these first downs and get this momentum going. Maybe you'll relax a little bit
Yeah.
and slow the game down.
Especially with
you
your
know?
running backs not able to get anything going personally. Like maybe that was what they needed to be. Like you said, even 5. Go get the 5 yards at least.
Yeah, part
Since
of-
that's what's open is outside the
Yeah.
freaking tackles.
Yeah, part of it was interesting because I felt like the flow of the game for the Patriots was really clunky. There were moments where they would give it to Stevenson, it would look really good, and then they like wouldn't go back to him. Like I felt like they were limiting him when he was on fire, and they wouldn't go to what was working. To hit on the Drake May piece, I think what's interesting is there were too many moments when I was watching the game where you saw he wouldn't pull the trigger, he wouldn't tuck the ball and run, and that cost him, to your point, 5, 6, 7 yards where he should be getting a first down and he's getting maybe 3 or 4 yards. And I think the happy feet is a really important piece because I think that's what he needs to take away from this offseason is one, how do they protect him as a team, give him more time in the pocket, how does he settle himself, and then he's got to get better with his decision making now being at the
Progression.
game. I think that'll be good. Progression's a good word for that.
I mean, he looked like J.J. McCarthy. Honestly,
Yeah.
halfway through this, just happy feet throwing
Very
fastballs.
similar.
Is that? Did I text you guys during that?
No, you did. You did.
Is that when I sent that text to the
the
card?
9, the 9, and I sent it to Kayla so she could see. She's like, "Why does everyone do this to him? Like, why do they always put everyone's head on JJ's body?"
Oh my god.
That was funny.
But in the card group, I was like, well, since Drake May's playing poopy, does that mean that like guys like J.J. McCarthy and Jaden Daniels and whatever, who else did I say, Bo Nix or something, like does their card value go
yeah,
up
yeah.
a little bit? And Graham was like, no.
No.
He's just salty because the Chiefs weren't in it. It's okay.
Yeah.
He'll live. They got a couple Super Bowls.
But I mean, difference maker of the game was definitely Walker. He got rewarded with the MVP.
sure. Thank God.
But his elusiveness and
First running back
ability
in
and
28 years.
patience on so many, those sky cam views that you could see him and
Haunts
just
me
like,
in that
yeah,
game.
that was really fun to watch.
Yeah,
that artistry of him working.
Yeah, they talked about it a little bit. It was reminiscent of Le'Veon
Le'Veon,
Bell.
yeah.
Just the patience where you just like slow down, come to a stop. And there were so many times where he was hit in the backfield and he still managed to like break it, bounce outside. Like the Patriots front four was on the defensive side was still getting penetration, but yeah, Walker was doing a really good job of avoiding it and still getting positive yards.
That was a masterclass in what you do as a running back. If you want to teach patience and waiting for the play to develop, that was
Setting
great.
up
He
your
did an amazing
blocks.
job.
And it's funny that they compare him to Le'Veon Bell because that's exactly what made K9 a Heisman candidate at Michigan State as well because of all that he was doing. I mean, it's I still think he got snubbed because I think he ended up finishing like 5th or 6th or something. I don't think he was,
He made up for it on Sunday, though.
But yeah, oh no doubt, yeah, something a little bit more.
Till he
Well,
got
I don't know
greedy.
about more prestigious. What do you think? You
Probably
think
more
winning the
meaningful
Heisman-
when you think about your career, right? You think about how many players are in college football and how many you get to play against versus not, and how it all works.
Yeah.
You're playing against the very best when you get to the NFL, and what he was able to do. That was so cool, I'm sure, for him. It was cool
sure,
to see him
100%.
and others soak it up and just talk about the moment. And for a running back position that doesn't get recognition when you think about the MVP award, for him to get the Super Bowl MVP and say you were the best player in the most important game of the year, that was, I'm sure, a really special moment. Really cool to see.
Speaking of low recognition, Michael Dickerson, the punter for Seattle, What a freaking day,
What a
son.
tank.
What a freaking day. He had 3 punts inside the 20, and 2 of them were like inside the 5.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Pat McAfee praising that all day.
That was, did he?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't watch the show.
And he was getting
well,
those-
naturally, right?
The
But-
brand.
And he was getting those off quick too.
Oh, dude, I was like, my wife was watching with me too, and
Yeah.
she'd be like, I mean, he punted the ball. I was like, yeah,
But look at-
that field position. Oh my god, that was awesome. And now that disgusting defense is gonna come out. I'm like, oh my god.
My favorite part is just his stance, his little I'm going to sneak up on someone and then go punt the ball.
For sure. But I just had to shout him out because
No,
it
was great.
That was a master class of punting. Like,
People will talk about Myers, the kicker, but if you're going to talk
Who
about
also
special
had an
teams, you have to
amazing
talk
day.
about the
Yeah.
punting
He
too.
should have been MVP, IMO.
yes,
I think through
yes,
3
yes.
quarters he was, honestly.
But it's
Were they all like 35 yarders?
doesn't matter.
I mean,
You gonna go
Still
hit
no,
it
as
on
long
the
as
5-yarder
his
pick
long
up?
was
I
41.
mean, if that's what I get paid to do, I'm gonna hit them all day.
Well, why don't you tell that to Brandon McManus? He could use that memo for the Packers.
Yeah, I bet his bank account's
But
okay.
but even with how
Probably.
outstanding, we're talking about the punter and the kicker right now. Like all facets of the game, Seattle just
Beautiful.
felt like they absolutely dominated. If they didn't somewhere, it was offensively, right? A little bit, it felt that way. But other than that, outside of K9, but Sam Darnold did kind of like his stat line is a Jalen Hurts stat line.
He did just enough.
Exactly what he
Yep.
needed to do.
There's no rushing touchdowns for 1 yard there.
Okay, good point. Yeah, hey, good point.
Like-
There's no tush push. Okay,
So-
Jalen Hurts-esque,
Although he did rush for
Nah.
5 yards. That might be more than Jalen Hurts gets in some games.
but there's
So,
no tush push touchdown. He
there is
does
none.
make a point.
There is none. That is right.
I don't think you're giving Jalen Hurts enough credit for who he is as a quarterback.
Oh, I like
With the-
Jalen Hurts. I
The
give him a lot of
highest,
credit.
highest salary cap offense in the league.
So
The Eagles have the highest salary cap on offense, right?
Oh, the
Yes,
highest
and?
spent in.
Yeah, so
Yes,
they
and?
should be one of the best, correct? That's all I was saying.
Why do you know this?
what does that have to
know.
do with?
You were going.
It is an interesting point.
No, just go ahead. That's what I'm saying. I was adding that they have the highest bid. They
But
should
you're
be
gonna
pretty
come in
good.
and tear him down, and then be
Dang
like,
it. I
wasn't
but go
tearing him
ahead.
down,
but
I'm
go
just
ahead.
telling him
Make that
Info.
crazy good point that you're about to make
I'm
again. with
sorry,
the same
Jacob.
fire that you're
Sam
about to
Darnold-
do.
I'm sorry.
Sam Darnold's responsibility against a really good New England Patriots defense was to not turn the ball over. Mm-hmm. And that was really Drake May's also his responsibility. And Drake May failed at doing that versus Darnold was able to be successful with it. The game itself really reminded me and made it feel like it was like 2000s Ravens against the Giants, where you have that the Ravens defense and special teams outscored the Giants by themselves.
Agreed.
And pretty close here
Fact.
with that. So that's and all you needed at that point with the Ravens was Trent Dilfer's like you just have to get us 10 points. That's what Ray Lewis told Trent Dilfer. He's like, "Hey, we need 10 points. That's all." And I mean, Sam Darnold got them essentially 9 at half, and then in the third quarter they were up 12. Depending on who you talk to, a lot of Patriots fans probably felt like at that point in time, down by 12, going into the fourth, they're like, "No, this is over with." Like, they probably felt defeated at that point. So,
How much of this do you think? I agree with what you just said, but how much of this do you think falls on just the dominance of one O-line versus another? When I look at the stat sheet, I look at Kenneth Walker rushing 27 times, and then I look at combined the other two starting running backs for the Patriots ran, 12
13.
times or 13 times?
Yep.
Like, just getting away from the run because it's not working, and one run that was working and could beat you down, they might only get an average of 5 yards, but that's all you need to get when you're rushing it that many times. I feel like it was at the same time, if you have that dominant of a run game, Sam Darnold, he's like, shoot, this is going to be the easiest day in the office. I just turn
Don't
around
need
and
to-
hand it to my
Yeah,
guy,
yeah,
right?
Right. Just stand there in the
So to
pocket.
your point, just doing just enough.
yeah.
But like that, your point now brings me back to Rob's point earlier of like, well, if Drake May would have just got 5 yards here and there, outside the tackle, since the running game wasn't working, when he does get out, then that's where he needs to like think about the game. Like, we need to establish some sort of run game, so maybe I should.
Which is
take
crazy
out.
because he was the highest rusher for the Patriots. He had 37 yards off of 5 rushes. That was their highest rusher when you look at the stats.
And so I was disappointed for the Patriots coming out of
I
halftime.
was going to say, I was disappointed coming here. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No,
Word.
it didn't feel
gonna
like
come back
the
to that Sam
Patriots
Darnold, Jalen Hurts
offense
thing, by
made
the way.
any real significant changes to their scheme. They're just like, oh, this isn't working. We're just going to start throwing the ball. To your point, I mean, the discrepancy in rush attempts between the Patriots, Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson versus K-9, significantly different. So they're getting away from turning themselves into a one-dimensional thing. Why didn't Josh McDaniels try to do other things to take the pressure off of Drake May? Like, maybe throw some wide receiver screens or running back screens. Like, if they're coming after you, they're getting through. There's opportunities just like right over the top. I know that Drake was trying to make a couple of big throw some deep, and those throws looked ugly. So I don't know. I feel like there was something wrong with his arm at some point. And I know that last week we're like, oh, he's not really injured.
But maybe.
That right throwing shoulder is like, maybe it was actually a bigger deal than everybody.
Yeah, but I feel like on the deep shots, they're always like the third read. You know, like when you see that slot coming in, you'd be like, all right, this is that chance or that quick slant. I thought Josh Daniels' game plan was kind of, he didn't really adapt to how the
Right.
game was flowing. With your point too, and Patriots not having a deep threat, you could definitely see that burner.
They need it.
They're definitely missing that burner. I know Hollins had that one catch, but I don't think he's the burner.
But he's not, yeah.
You know,
Good player, though.
Very good. And the tight ends, I thought, kind of disappeared for the Patriots.
They did.
Or Drake was just
I
off.
felt like he wasn't targeting them early at all.
Right.
To me.
Which that was like
Yeah.
their thing in previous
Yeah.
games,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Like
exactly
Hunter
what they
Henry didn't
needed
have
to do
any catches until the second half.
Yeah.
And they didn't try to exploit the middle of the field, just send the tight ends down the seam, force your linebackers
Yeah, well, you
back.
talked about, you
yeah,
know?
the 2 to 3 sets, right? That they were consistently using. I think there is something with his shoulder, but I think it probably has more to do with his plan,
I
like you were
mean,
saying, because
I don't
he threw the
think
ball
so.
43 times. I'm like, how
Well, they
bad
did
is
say
your
he got a
shoulder if you
shot
throw it
before the game in
Right.
the
Yeah.
shoulder,
But then that throw to Matt Collins at the end was on the frickin' money in the end
Yeah,
zone. So,
yeah.
like,
Some of
Yeah,
those
they didn't do him any
some
favors
of those
really
other deep
either.
shots, though, he just threw them up like moon balls.
I think it's nerves, man.
Yeah.
I think he was just taking a shot,
and,
right?
And like thinking like I'm
hoping.
about to get cracked, as he's throwing the ball. Like,
Odell's out there somewhere.
for
Let's
me.
go.
And
Right.
that pick across the middle, he was just late on that throw.
Yeah.
So and it was right where it should have been. He was just a half second late on the throw. But he also threw some.
That was
There were
a
some that were
was a
dropped that
weird
should
throw
not have
for
been
me.
dropped. Some
That was a
dimes.
weird throw for
Yeah.
me. That pick for sure.
I would have let him out front. That when I was watching.
Felt like
earlier.
it was just so late.
He was just
like
late on
uber
it,
late,
yeah.
but like more than a second
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't them. You think about the tight ends, you think about the involvement with Diggs and some of the other wide receivers. It wasn't there.
But Seattle's defense, I mean, they've been making teams do that all year long. That secondary, can really,
Except for the Vikings.
What?
The Vikings show the
True,
blueprint
that was
on how
the only
to,
time.
how to beat Seattle.
Right. I was like, the
Well,
only
I mean,
time.
in reality, though, the Patriots played pretty well. The offense, other than Walker, he had that 130-yard run, but other than that, you wouldn't come out of the game and like Seattle's offense really picked them apart.
Right.
They kind of meandered their way down the field enough times, and then their defense took over.
Right on.
So,
Right on.
but it was a fun Super Bowl.
All right, let's get back to your Darnold and Jalen Hurts conversation.
I'm not trying to hate on Jalen Hurts. I'm just saying, if I'm comparing him to a player, I'm saying like, I think he's doing that to a T. Then Jalen Hurts has has a Super Bowl.
There it is for you.
See him getting all fired up. But he has a Super Bowl. So like, I don't know. I'm just comparing him to Jalen Hurts in a good way, but. Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold? Okay.
This game, this stat line.
Okay.
But it does. But I do feel like Jalen Hurts is more of like, and Sam Darnold in this game we're more of those game managers. And I know that tag gets like thrown around.
It's
and people
tough
get
because
upset
it's a
about it,
negative connotation, right?
Which
But
I never see it that way. I think it's a great thing.
I think a better term is point guard, right? You get the ball to where it needs
Point
to
guard
go
or the
with
catcher
your playmaker.
doing defensive adjustments and
facilitator.
stuff.
But I
You know what
look at Jalen Hurts, and I used to think a certain way about him until it was the Super Bowl win with the Chiefs where they just decimated them, and he throws a moon ball to
Smith.
to Smith to like just essentially end the game, and you think a game manager is not going to do that, right? So like I think Jalen Hurts does not get enough credit for how he can throw the ball. I think so many times you focus in on his run game, these dink and dunks, and what the running backs can do, what the wide receivers can do behind the line of scrimmage. And so I think what he does, it's different. But I'd also argue I feel like Sam Darnold has finally shown this year and last year, but in these big games this year, that he's different too, and people need to put respect on his name. So they're very similar in different ways. They obviously don't play the same, but I think there's a lot of parallel.
More mobile.
I don't know. Sam evaded like 3 sacks
Sam is
in the
mobile.
Super Bowl
Yeah.
this year that really helped him out.
Sam is mobile too. I would say Jalen Hurts has more finesse, and Sam Darnold has more grit to what he does to power through and get it done. But the
a
ways that
ginger in
Jalen,
him.
it's interesting.
Man.
But he, again, just like the NFC Championship game, he did stand in there and take some hits this game, too.
He's a big boy.
I thought
Yeah, he is a
different
big dude.
about Darnold after the Rams regular season game where he had to overcome some really tough moments, and seeing him do that and then they eked out the win by 1 or 2 points. I think that showed you he has the DNA now where he can go win it. This team can go win it.
For sure.
Yeah.
But with Seattle winning, I feel like the best team kind of won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
this year.
Yes.
You know, it was
Agreed.
kind of overall looking throughout the season, how everyone played and how it played out. I mean, Seattle probably was the best. Patriots had a heck of a run, but it's always that proverbial next year, like you've seen it once. I saw a whole list of quarterbacks that made it to the Super Bowl with Joe Burrow on it, and then, you get there once, we'll make it back, and then
There's
never do.
Yeah, Super Bowl losers
Danma.
have a
tough.
terrible
Yeah,
time
Dan
of
Marino.
making it back.
Well, Joe Burrow will be back in it next year with the Vikings.
Teaser for the
Wait,
preseason
with the
show?
with the Vikings.
With the Vikings at SoFi.
wow.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Anyway. Let's not go down that rabbit hole yet.
That's not what Ian Rappaport was suggesting.
And you're going to F up
yesterday.
the whole conspiracy around the NFL logo and what teams go. That doesn't match.
Yeah, it's supposed to
I
be.
know, right? Yeah, it's supposed to be what? The Jaguars versus
No, it's
Jaguars or
Dolphins.
Bears versus Dolphins or
Or bang or
what was the other one?
I mean, there's Broncos, Bears, Bengals that could be in it from the orange, right?
Yeah.
And then
then I
you could
saw
have
the blue
Seattle, technically the Bills.
I heard Jaguars,
Panthers. Who knows?
Oh, the color.
Anyways,
Yeah,
the
the
color.
color of the
Yeah,
suit. I
the
saw
logo-
that. I was like, where did they
Conspiracy!
get that color in there? I'm like, yeah, sure, okay.
I get it though. It's like a sunset over the water is
yeah.
what I'm gathering.
Hey, quick thought. Do Seattle make the NFC Championship game next year?
Great question.
That division's hard.
My initial thought, yes.
Okay. I'm going to go no.
I'm gonna say no.
Just because of their free agents. They're losing. They have, their whole secondary is pretty much.
I think divisional for sure, but I don't think championship.
Yeah. And whether Walker stays too.
I think Walker will end up staying, but I think Walker is probably the biggest component.
They're
to
gonna have
that.
to figure out how much I want to pay to both Walker and Charbonnet when Charbonnet's up too. So
Charbonnet's going to walk, isn't he? When you think about the two of them, you're going to keep Walker and you're going to
Well,
let Charbonnet.
which
I
would
mean,
you prefer?
he just won you. He just
Walker,
got Super Bowl
right?
MVP. You know what I mean?
You think
So
about
you
recency
probably take
bias.
care of
You
that
think
guy.
about
But do you have to pay an extra 10% just because he's MVP?
Yeah.
I mean, is that
Running
a
backs are backs.
what was the injury that Charbonnet had?
ACL. So
So-
he's gonna miss the first. He's gonna miss the
Yeah.
chunk of the first.
So
half.
Charbonnet's best bet would be to.
He's
be
kind
in
of like how
Seattle.
Murphy is in a scenario with the
Stay 1-2.
Vikings left. We have to sign him.
Who Walker? is?
Like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, almost.
You
Yeah.
know, like,
yeah.
oh, we don't got anything else. We have to overpay for him to keep him.
Yeah, these teams will look a little different. You've got obviously their OC is going on to the Raiders, which I'm sure we'll talk about a little later. But
Oh, yeah.
you think about these teams are going to look very different going into this next year.
Cool. Who'd you pick? Are they making them? Seattle?
They're
He
not
said
making.
no.
Not
said
making
no.
no. And you were?
I think I gotta go no too.
All right. Kevin? No.
No, I'm the only one saying yes.
All right.
Because
He's on the 12.
Because even though
That's the dang birds.
even though I picked against the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, I was on and with the 12s the entire season. I was 12s
He
or
is
back.
pretty much a 12.
Minus the
So
Super
are you?
Bowl.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No.
Yes.
No. I
Yeah,
just
you're
their
like sea
defense,
chickens. Caw.
Yeah. All right.
All right, kids, stop fighting.
All right. Fine. Well, with that, then, should we do some tent talk? Kev.
Good.
Been training.
911, what's your emergency?
And with that, there it is. Did you forget to do it as we? Usually episode.
We
Right
said
on.
we were doing a
Yeah.
live transition.
Yeah, we were.
It was not live.
Right on.
Smooth.
Well, here we are. We're here.
What are we here for?
We're doing a little tent talk, if you will. I know it sounds stupid on Spotify because that's where I listen to it. Anyway, it sounds.
Should
so
we just go
dumb.
like this?
It's like we're breaking the
No,
huddle.
it just sounds. For sure. All right. First bit of news here. Clint Kubiak officially now hired as the Raiders head coach after winning the Super Bowl.
Good hire by Tom Brady.
Who's the first coach to get fired next year?
Oh,
But keep going.
who did the Cardinals hire? Dude, that's gonna be the first one. There you go.
Nah, because Kyler Murray's gonna get traded out of there, and they're gonna succeed.
To the Vikings.
Probably, actually.
KOC?
Giants trying. No. Come on. KO? No. Come on. Not yet. Maybe next year. Giants trying to get.
That's what I said.
Well, not this
The year
season,
after.
Focus. Focus. Let me try again. Third time. I'm in kindergarten. Giants trying to get ex-Tennessee head coach Brian Callahan to come and be the quarterback coach after hiring Nagy. Didn't they hire Nagy for OC too?
Yes.
So they're just
Yeah.
Giants are just kind of playing collection of former head coaches, and that's starting to get me a little concerned. But
in a good way or a bad way?
like good way for the Giants, you know,
Okay.
bad way for them.
You saying they're coming?
I mean, I think there could be some steam brewing a little bit for the Giants. I mean, they played
G-Man?
competitive this
Until
year, to
they
be honest
were
with you.
kind
Their
of
defense is
decimated
fine.
by key injuries, right? That's what kind of did it
On-
for them. They looked
On the
good.
offensive side,
Yeah.
that's where they saw those injuries.
Yeah.
Their defense was good
If
enough.
neighbors,
I felt
if
like.
neighbors can come back and get more time with Jackson Dart,
Cam will be fine. Cam will be fine. I think.
Pick up
I
that
think
tape
neighbors
from
will be
Ohio
the big.
State, have a two-headed monster outside.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
okay, there we
Now
go.
we're talking.
There we go. Let's see. And then the only other things here, there's definitely some trade buzz going on. I saw some Max Crosby stuff, some Kyler Murray stuff. I think the Lamar Jackson things have cooled down a bit, and now they're talking about an extension. Have you heard anything about Lamar Jackson?
I don't think it's going to be. It's probably going to be an extension, but it's really the focus is to restructure the contract to free up
okay.
more cap space.
For sure.
They're sitting pretty well, but obviously, if you can make more money available now, in order to hire like coveted free agents, you're going to want to do that. So it makes sense.
Who restructured? Sorry, I missed the beginning part.
Lamar Jackson.
Jackson.
The
He hasn't, but-
It's all fake money, anyways.
It's monopoly,
skip that.
monopoly money. But the challenge is Lamar Jackson doesn't have an agent, so he does all of his negotiations. So him finding time to sit down with Eric DaCosta, talk out dollars and cents over restructuring and renegotiating his contracts is going to take time. It was one of those pain points when he was a free agent and he got that franchise tag, where it was just
Right.
like, well,
him being his own agent.
yeah,
yeah.
it
yeah.
took forever
sure.
to get that deal done.
And then
Just having someone do
and
that
didn't
for
he
you.
just come out DaCosta? That's the owner, right?
No, DaCosta's the GM.
GM,
Who's
yeah.
the owner?
Steve Bisciotti.
Okay, didn't
Steve. Good old
Steven
Steve.
Bisciotti, didn't he just come out too and say, like, if Lamar wants to have some sort of say in the draft and all this, that he's got to be present and come to Baltimore or something? I've seen something coming out of
The only thing that I recall Bisciotti saying was that Lamar Jackson could have a voice in the hiring of the head coach, but he's not going to have like the say in it.
Sure. Okay.
It's like if you want to voice your opinion, cool.
But he said he's got to
I-
like be here though, and he's like
Kind of like Josh
he's
Allen
off
had
doing
a
off-season
say.
stuff, which I feel.
But I like the owner doing that. As a player and a leader on a team like that, it's not that he's making the decision, but it's just like that open door policy of, you're free to give me your opinion because I respect your opinion as a leader on my football team.
Have buy-in, right? Like you want them to feel
Yeah.
like there's an investment there, and they feel like I can't let this guy down. This is part of my.
Feeling in the
My
loop,
choice.
all that, It's good vibes there. On the Ravens
What was
now
this
next
Scheffner thing you were saying?
Oh, Ian Rappaport.
Or Rappaport, same thing.
Well, there was he had posted something yesterday about the Vikings' intentions of starting, or their intention going into the offseason is to keep JJ as their number one,
Well.
and then hiring a seasoned
Oh,
veteran
yeah,
quarterback
But
as
who?
Well, I mean that's the question mark. But if that is in fact the reporting, you can kiss Joe Burrow goodbye. Or
Yeah,
Rodgers
right. I think Mac Jones is the likely one, but
So I think there's a caveat here. There's two things.
and it won't
One,
be Kirk Cousins.
the 49ers have come out and said they have no intention of letting Mac Jones out of their building. I think Kirk Cousins is an interesting component. The other caveat is
Not according to my source. I'll tell you.
everything that the Vikings are saying around JJ has the caveat of if a Joe Burrow level quarterback becomes available, they will do everything in their power to go get him.
Which is what they'll probably have to do to save a little face right now with firing the GM and then KOC saying the things he said with Darnold and Jones and who's trying to get Indianapolis is trying to resign, by the way.
But Joe DeBurro's going to have to demand a trade out of Cincinnati. Cincinnati's
They're not gonna like.
They're gonna have
want
to, and they're gonna have to be willing to give him one too, even if
Yeah.
he says he wants one. Who knows, right?
And so,
But then like him threatening like retirement last year a little bit. You remember?
But they
that
could
all
call his
coming out?
bluff and say, "Cool, go retire," right?
Yeah.
And just
Sean.
see if he's serious about it.
So the other thing is, so we're going to throw a wrench into this. There's starting to be conversations by ownership with the NFL on being able to trade more than 3 years of picks,
Oh my
like
God,
being able
yeah.
to trade back to 5 years.
Up to 5 is what I saw today too. Yeah.
That's dude.
So my first thought was this probably came up because there are teams interested in wanting to trade 5 years of first and or second round picks in order to get the first round this year, or to pull a Joe Burrow.
Burrow, yeah.
No, I don't agree with it because if I had to vote, I would vote no because I think if you miss on that, right, now your franchise is it forces.
look at that. Look at Cleveland. Look at Cleveland.
I mean,
They don't care. What's a first round pick?
yeah, you're already shooting yourself in the foot trading three consecutive years of first round picks and missing on that.
Right. So imagine if you trade 5.
Yeah, but if it's 5 for Burrow,
Yeah.
Yeah, but if
Supermodel.
Burrow tears his ACL and retires tomorrow, not
But it also might depend on the franchise and what has been their history around picking first round picks. Are they hitting on them? Are they not? And then are they like, is this a better bet?
is
than
it the
for
same
us to
GM or a
continue to
different
pick?
GM?
yeah, if it's like Baltimore,
So many
if
variables.
it's Baltimore, that's all, or like one of those really good teams
That's why I vote no.
that drafts really well, is always drafting later on. They're like, yeah, I'm okay with giving
want
up
those-
my 14th or 20th overall pick for the next X number of years.
Yeah. Especially if you want to be competitive, that's just going to become worse and worse
Yeah.
as you go.
I'm not for it. You guys are voting yes.
I mean, doesn't Les Snead trades first round picks like candy?
I'm voting it doesn't matter if you make the
Not an option, son.
if you make
There's no write-in.
if
Yes
you
or
make
no?
the team a winning DNA by bringing in someone like a Joe Burrow, it doesn't matter. Like if you have the right people in the building, you're going to win. And he is one of those guys that if you get him in the building, you're going to have a different culture.
That I believe, but I just
So
hope
it's
that
worth it. It doesn't
he can
matter.
stay healthy because without him, even with his Joe Burrow culture in
So-
Cincinnati, they still didn't play very
yeah,
well.
but
with the Trey Hendrickson
think about
floating
this.
over thing too.
So think about this.
There's a lot of
times
out
with Joe
there.
Burrow, they talk about the line, which is real. But what they don't talk about is they don't talk about how historically bad that defense was. He goes into
For
a
sure,
situation
for
where the
sure.
defense is different, keeps him off the field a little bit more, maybe dominates, makes it a little easier for him. So many times in football, we talk about the offense putting the defense in a tough situation where they're on the field too much. What about the flip side where you have such such a bad defense that you need to be out there and you're expected to do so much more. You're expected to be out there longer for various reasons. I think if he goes to a situation where maybe the line's similar, maybe slightly better, slightly worse, but the defense is better, that might be attractive enough for him and attractive enough for that franchise.
sure.
Where like, let's make this thing work.
For sure, it'd be attractive to him.
But isn't
I
that
just
a-
think the
yeah.
Bengals have failed miserably trying to
100%
retain
they have.
defensive talent. They went to the was it the AFC Championship like 5 years ago or whatever, 4 years ago?
Yeah, when they lost to the Rams in,
Is
the,
that-
in the Super
in
Bowl.
the Super Bowl.
Oh, maybe it was the Super Bowl.
They played. Was
Yeah.
that the Bills or the Chiefs they beat that year?
They beat the
in
Chiefs.
championship.
Chiefs. Yeah, but like that was a good defense that year, and then they didn't retain almost anybody.
Yeah.
Like that's, I don't know.
But I was gonna say, isn't that a two-headed monster? Yeah, you could hope the defense is good, and if they are probably good, that means a portion of the salary cap is on that side, and it's not like it's in Cincinnati where you have
You have it all on the offense?
You have only all offense, so you go to a,
That's why they need to trade.
Like,
They need to figure out a
so
T.
there's
Higgins
you
for
got to
Max
be a little
Crosby
careful
trade.
That was
there
crazy.
because then you might end up on a team with, no receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Joe Burrow restructures for a team he believes in. I feel like that's not going to happen for a team he doesn't right now, right? So I think that'll be part of it too.
I don't think Joe's going anywhere, because he puts too many butts in the seat in Cincinnati, and that's.
Could
all I
you
think all that
imagine if they
matters.
traded Joe Burrow for J.J. McCarthy and a multitude of picks and Dallas Turner or whatever? Like that trade is going to make Cincinnati fans very upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's what they want to do.
So
I would agree
then they
with
got to
you.
suck another year and hope for another quarterback, and
Be excited about their two $30 million effing receivers, and hopefully
there's
Joey
kinda
B can play the whole season.
It's just like the Vikings right now.
Can
Can one of them throw? Can one of them throw the ball? Let's go.
Right.
Well, if you're a good enough receiver, any quarterback should be able to get you the ball. Look at like prime D Hop.
Well,
Look at Larry
Yeah.
Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
you're talking Hall of Famers. Not every NFL receiver's a HOFer.
Right, but you can make
99% of them are.
What'd you call him? You
But
call
you
him
can
an
make
effer?
a case. You can make a case that Jamar Chase is on a Hall of Fame trajectory,
Yeah.
For sure.
and it's a matter of
Not if there continues to be this many receivers. That's what I'm concerned about with all these young receivers. Like they're all so good. JJ, Jamar Chase,
JSN now.
Devontae Smith's pretty good. JSN,
Puka, yeah.
Puka. Like
Yep.
if they're all so good, well, if nobody ever gets past that, it's like they can't all go to the Hall. You know what I mean? I wouldn't think so.
I mean,
don't
Bill
know. It's gonna
can't,
be tough.
so-
yeah. Bill
Right,
can't.
we'll
Nobody
talk about
can.
it. We'll talk about it. Trust me, we're getting there. We're going very slow, but we're getting there. Don't worry, Kev. This won't be a long one.
Psych.
So, Joe, to make this easy, is there any free agents out there right now that, like, say you need the Packers to sign, like tomorrow?
Corners.
Yeah, corners for sure. They need. I think if they had a better corner group, that playoff game looks a little different. I can't help but think about Jair, but obviously he's not even playing right now with just some stuff he's got going on. So I think they have to figure that out. Always O-line help. I feel like with the Packers and even the Vikings, like just needing that depth is really important. I don't know what's in the water up here besides the coldness, but they always get hurt, right? And then you're always out that main guy or those group of guys. We just need our guys to be healthy. We need Tucker Kraft back. We need Micah Parsons back. We need them to come back to their previous self.
Yeah, healthy
And I think,
Packers team is quite scary.
and I think that'll be good. I think what becomes interesting is what do they do with Romeo Dobbs? There's been talks about him potentially re-signing, which is a surprise to me. I think if you were to ask me a month ago, that doesn't make sense and probably shouldn't happen, depending on what the number is.
Isn't Christian Watson
gone?
due for-
Yeah.
Watson got a one-year extension, so I think he's good through this year, but you'll probably see something throughout the season around that. And I think maybe you don't chase after the wide receiver depth and you really put some faith into Matthew Golden. They did not use him well this year. I think you saw glimpses towards the end of the year in that playoff
Yeah, he
game.
did not really get a lot of clock.
He can be a playmaker. Like his separation rate is incredible. His catch rate is incredible. He just needs to get the targets.
So you would
Yeah.
prefer them to not re-sign Romeo Dobbs in
And give
order to
Golden a
get Golden
chance.
some time?
Yeah, absolutely. But from a free agent standpoint, I think you figure out backup quarterback, you figure out line, maybe one or two
You're planning
defensive
on losing
pieces.
Malik Willis no matter what.
I think he's going to be a Dolphin personally.
Right, me too. OC.
Yeah, I think it makes a ton of sense.
Are they
So, yeah,
keeping
we'll see.
Walker?
That
Quay? Yeah.
Quay?
Quay, actually, I don't know. I think he's going to be in for
He's
a
a free
big
agent right now.
payday, and we have a couple other depth guys that might not be quite as good as him, but that have made an impact. So I think you need to give them the chance, very similar to a Golden, to step up. When they've been on the field, they've been good. He's been great. I can't help but think a couple years ago when he had some of his temperament issues he did when he was pulling off a staff member of the Lions during a play-in game, essentially. Some of that stuff I think still gets in the way. I'd love to have him back. I think he's a big-time player.
Well, he's
but
going to purple.
Yeah, I think he's going somewhere else.
Purple.
Yeah, probably Ravens. Yeah, you're
The
right.
Vikings.
You're right.
No, the Vikings. While we're talking about the Ravens,
Yeah.
what about you? What's out there that you like as a Ravens fan, or like you'd like them to see?
Well,
There's one guy that's glaring.
what I don't like.
For me, there's one for
what
sure.
I don't like, but I do
Likes.
like. We have to re-sign Tyler Linderbaum.
That's who I want on the Vikings real bad.
like he has
and
to.
every team's gonna want him.
Huge.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
like he
And he
didn't-
might wanna test the market.
He didn't. I don't think he played his best last year, but he is
Probably the top O-lineman
He's
in
a he's a conversation piece as one of the best centers in the game.
Yep.
The center is such a crucial spot.
Don't we know it?
Being able to
Mike.
calling out mics, change block schemes, things like that. And then he has that experience with Lamar Jackson. Like, what's so funny?
Well, I'm sorry. He pointed, and I was like,
He just caught up 5 minutes later.
just
It's
a
okay.
It's
coach delay.
normal episode here.
Coach still. So it's Tyler Linderbaum has to be the first person signed. They have to figure that out. Because they didn't do the 5th year option on him. Because if they did the 5th year option, it essentially would have paid him much like a tackle because of how those salary cap structures work. They do the average of all of the offensive linemen, the highest paid offensive linemen, which traditionally are tackles. So they don't want to pay him like a tackle. They want to pay him like a top tier center. So they get paid a little less, but still super important. And they really just need to restructure the right side of that offensive line. So a new guard, another tackle. We're not going to see Filele back.
What? Skew Moss gone?
I think so.
Okay.
If he stays, he's probably a backup. I don't think he's going to continue to start. He struggled this year at right guard, so
Okay.
I appreciate his efforts, though. He's a heck of a guy, heck
Not
of a
good
player.
enough.
Not good enough, though.
Not good enough.
But yeah,
Well, we'll
Yeah.
take
All
him.
right. Well, we'll take.
All right, Tyler, who do we need?
we
Who do
take-
the Minnesota football Vikings need?
We would take Linderbaum for sure.
can't have him.
So Kelly's probably gone.
Right. That's why we need Linderbaum.
That's who you need for sure.
Linderbaum's gone.
TJ's probably gone.
That's fine.
Hawkinson.
Hawko's gone.
We're fine. Whoever the third
Jones
string
is
was
probably
was
going to be
fine.
gone too, right?
Jones,
From a running back
Replaced with Brees
standpoint.
Hall. Yep.
Or
Okay.
Kenneth Walker. For some reason, Seattle does not.
There's no
choose
way.
to-
That, I don't. For some
can't say
reason,
there's
I
no
don't
way,
see
but
Kenneth
it's-
Walker coming to Minnesota. But
So we need
I'd love
center.
that. Yeah.
Probably linebacker for sure. We could use another linebacker.
Quay Walker. Yeah.
He'd fill in that.
You're just poaching our players. What the heck?
But does he really fit the Flores style defense?
I think he
Quay?
could.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
I think he'd be used way better than the way
Wilson?
Flores uses Josh Metellus.
I feel
Oh, yeah.
like how
Quay Walker's-
Halfley
Quay
and
Walker's
Flores
long.
played. I think there's some similarities.
All right. All
Quay
right.
Walker's
I'm on the
extremely
Walker
long.
train. Then
He's extremely
bring
long.
him in.
I just
Quay
like
would be a
him. Takes
really
lots of
great
space.
linebacker in that double.
We got him. Don't
in that-
worry.
in
We
that-
already got him.
in-
All right.
in that
Moving
double
on.
A gap blitz.
Corner. We definitely need corner. We're probably going. We want to go secondary.
Probably
our first
draft
pick.
there.
Our first pick.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone sticking out on the draft? You're kind of eyeing up
Not
in the
yet.
secondary.
No.
What
We got to make a ton of cuts, so that's the problem with the Vikes. They're over salary cap.
We're
Right now. I
very-
want to sign all these dudes. But
you're
going to
have to be draft heavy instead of free agents heavy, is what you think?
There's gonna probably
'Cause I
only
think
gonna-
about
there's
right from the
realistically one free agent. For the
because I
Vikes,
think about
maybe.
right for the Bears. I don't know if he'll probably demand a pretty good market. He's top 10, top 15, I think, free agent.
All right. Let me run. I got a top 10 list of free agents right here. Tell
Oh,
me if they're
Lord
staying or
Jesus.
going.
Staying at where they're at.
Yep.
Okay.
Pickens at the Cowboys.
Staying franchise tag.
Tough one,
Franchise tag.
on a tag.
Yeah,
You
I think
tag
so.
too, or you
Okay.
think he signs a multi?
I think. Well, they'll tag him out of the gates, but
He'll sign multi, right?
They'll find a way to sign a multi-year deal.
All right. Trey Bengals.
Nah,
No, he's gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
Dean.
N'Kobe?
Gone.
Corner.
Jamal
Linebacker.
Dean,
Oh, Jamal Dean.
cornerback from the Tampa Bay. There's a lot of cornerbacks available in free agents.
I think he's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Daniel Jones.
Stays.
Yes, he stays.
I mean, the fact that the Colts are the ones that want to sign him.
That's
he
really
probably
like,
stays.
that's a big
He
deal.
probably did, and then they came to him. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so he's saying Woolen, the stud corner out of Seattle.
he stays.
Yeah.
I think he's staying.
Yeah.
I agree.
If they have the money.
All right. Alex Pierce, receiver for the Colts.
I think he goes.
Yeah.
I think if Daniel Jones resigns, maybe he would come back.
and then
think
Linderbaum, are they keep trying to hold on to him, you think?
I think they're going to do
God, that's
almost
tough.
anything that they can to keep Linderbaum. I wouldn't be surprised if Linderbaum becomes the highest paid center ever.
And then we have Jill Watson, cornerback from the Chiefs. If you guys know who he is.
And I don't even know who
35.
he is.
He gone.
He's gone. Then we have James Pierce, cornerback from the Steelers. And then Jalen Phillips, edge.
I think
Eagles.
Phillips stays.
Yeah,
he's
probably-
a good player. They do a good job of
They
keeping
needed edge
quality
guys.
Who
players.
was the corner at the Steelers? Pierce?
James Pierce. He was kind of lost with all those big names there this
Yeah.
year.
I feel like he goes with how much change the Steelers have had this postseason already.
There's a lot
McCarthy
going
there.
on right now.
Yeah, with McCarthy bringing in a new staff, I think there's going to be a lot of change.
All
Now.
right, let me grab some bigger names here.
does,
Mike Evans, is he going to stay one more year, you think? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Brees Hall, is he gone?
Gone.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah.
And then
I'd be not interested in signing with the Jets right now.
Don't blame you.
and if Eric Stokes becomes available, are the Packers picking him up again?
I mean, they should probably think about it at this rate. He didn't play terrible.
For
Right,
Vegas. He was
right.
at Vegas this
Right.
year.
Yeah.
So.
He played
That's
pretty
all
good.
I really got.
What about Aaron? Where does he end up?
Are the Vikings going to be calling, or are they going to be good with going
Aaron
a different
Jones is
direction?
trying to get him here, but Aaron Jones, you got to worry about your own bag right now.
I've been saying this since it came out. We were actually at a card show when it came out about McCarthy. There's just something in me that says Rodgers and McCarthy are going to get together,
he's gonna stay.
and the Steelers can
McCarthy
say what.
said, yeah.
Yeah, the Steelers are going to say whatever they want. The reason they hired Mike McCarthy was because in the back of their minds they wanted Aaron Rodgers ideally go and draft a better quarterback than what they've drafted the last several years, and ideally hope develop for a year or two. I think Rodgers had a lot of fun. He wasn't as bad as he was with the Jets, right? Like it obviously wasn't his Packer days, but it could have been a lot worse. So I think he stays there. If he doesn't stay, I think Minnesota comes calling,
I was gonna
and that's
say,
that
I wonder
veteran.
if the
That's that veteran
Vikings
spot.
would for real actually sign him.
There was some I don't know how real it was, but there was some conversation Shefty was talking about around KOC and
It'd be cheap.
Quezzy and bringing in Rodgers and
It'd be cheaper than Joe Burrow. It'd be cheaper than Kyler Murray. It'd be cheaper than going and get one of these stud guys. Like, you're not expecting him to come and, blow the roof off the place at US Bank, but
But it's
I'd
such
imagine
a
he'd come in
short-term
and-
solution.
right.
I think it's just pure mentorship, right?
Right, 100%. If they sign Aaron Rodgers, then the Vikings are all in on JJ McCarthy still developing into that future quarterback. To me,
Yeah, that's what that says.
If
100%.
they go and try to trade for Mac Jones, who's not available, right? But if they try to go do something like that, or obviously if they go for Joe Burrow or Kyler Murray, then JJ McCarthy's part of that trade for sure.
Yeah.
But I think if they,
I think JJ
I
gets
think if
traded.
they get an Aaron Rodgers or trying to think of another
Oh, Kirk Cousins, right?
I don't think he's back from my source, right?
Yeah, because
From my
Pennick's
source-
probably not going to be back right
From my
away.
source, who talked. I better calm down here. Yeah.
Don't call him out.
I'm not. No, I'm not gonna call him out.
He's
But it's
not
who he.
snitch.
It's who he talked to.
Snitches get
who is-
stitches.
Who is extremely close to KOC. Said no chance that Kirk Cousins is back here. But I don't know. Is that a money thing? Because I already know.
But haven't
that
the
dude's
Falcons already
agent is
said
gonna
he's
be
being
like-
released, right? So it's not a Falcons thing. It's a Minnesota
It's a
wouldn't take
Minnesota
him thing.
I don't
right?
think allegedly Minnesota might not want to go a different. Not repeat that again.
One name we didn't bring up because it was too far down the list. What are you guys' thoughts on Kyle Pitts? Obviously, that's a big name in Atlanta. He's a free agent.
I think if you need a tight end, he should
Does he go to the Chiefs if Travis Kelsey doesn't
He should
come
go to
back?
the Steelers.
He probably stays in Atlanta.
You think so?
Yeah, with
the
the
Chiefs is
Especially
interesting. Actually.
with what's his face, Kevin
With
Stefanski
St-
coming
yeah,
in.
with
I think he's gonna
Stefanski.
want all the weapons he can.
right. I mean, he does good things with tight ends. Njoku did pretty well in that system.
And he's a free agent, right? Njoku.
Yeah, he's
About to be.
yeah. He said he's
He's
not
rumored for
going
the
to.
Chiefs.
He's not going to resign with the Browns.
Right.
So
He's a Chiefs rumor.
Yeah, you've got a pretty deep free agent class here. This is going to be pretty explosive when we get to March.
What were you just saying? I was gonna say something off what you said, and I forgot. You brought up Kyle Pitts. Oh, I'm thinking maybe if he went to like the Steelers, and then you got Kyle Pitts and DK up there, just two gigantic targets.
Well, Washington,
If you
he's
keep-
like combined both of them.
And Washington. Oh my God. Who's gonna cover who? Who you gonna you? Good luck. You
Kittle's
know?
at 19 average a year, so that's where top tight end money is right
So
now.
that's where Pitts would be.
No.
Pitts is not worth that.
No.
That's what he'd be asking.
I mean, that's
So we also have to back
Just
up
because
and
he's
think about
asking
what,
doesn't mean that's what he's going to
so
get.
we got to think about what the
But, like,
standard's been
Vegas
around
would-
quarterback
no,
and
they
other
got
play, right? Like they've been paying the standard like for
But
less
look at
than
his
standard.
stats. His productivity over.
I'm
this.
not paying Kyle
No.
Pitts 19.
Look at Trevor Lawrence. I think this year obviously was a huge anomaly compared to his career, right? But
Nah, he's on the rise. Son.
look at what he was paid prior to this, right? So like there's a standard.
But that's
sorry.
that's
Sorry.
the
Table
quarterback
here.
market though. That's a very different market and standard than any of the other ones. Because quarterback is the position, so
True.
you're going to have to overpay
Dundada. The Don Juan.
for a quarterback that you think is going to be the guy.
be the guy. Yeah.
to bring it home. So
I like it.
All right. Well, let's move on here because we are freaking.
I'm just looking at salary cap stuff. Now I'm all
rambling here.
mentally into free
We're
agents.
rambling.
Let's
Well,
go.
free
all right,
agency is going to be so
let's shift
great.
gears.
I can't wait.
Where
Yeah.
we at, Kev?
Shift
before,
gears?
Before I shift the old gear. Yeah,
don't
we're
wanna
shifting
lose that
gears.
gear.
55.
We're going to go ahead
Holy
and
cow.
shift gears and wrap this thing up here in a second. But before we do, first off, the most likely to have been a trash can in a previous
He's gonna
life,
give it to himself.
The kid eats everything trophy goes to Dom, who was our Banter with the Boys playoff prediction champion.
Congrats, Dom.
So Dom, as you're working right now listening to this, congrats. That's it. That's all.
Congrats,
we got.
you're not a trash can.
And the trophy's actually Rob, so you got to talk to him. Anyway, thanks for playing. Anyway, real quick, I'm gonna fly through the awards. If you want to say anything about them, go for it. I didn't do all of them, just the main ones.
Okay.
And then we're gonna talk about Hall of Fame because I feel like there's gonna be some conversation there, and we'll wrap up there. So MVP John Matthew Stafford won MVP.
And his veneers.
Yep.
Yes.
That's my
Yeah.
comment.
I'm sure glad he won it and then Drake didn't play like that.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, can you imagine?
Yeah. And then the controversy over the vote, Hall of Fame voting, or excuse me, not Hall of Fame voting, but the MVP
Controversy
voting.
there too.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
three
Herbert.
the three votes
Dumb.
that didn't go to either Stafford or May. It was just like, really? Okay.
Dumb. Like I'm a Herbert fan. Dumb. Come on.
I mean, if we're gonna have conversations over what
Did you know
what
his name was
value,
John, by
like
the way?
what
No,
most
I did not. That
valuable
threw me
means, would be like, why wouldn't you pick like Patrick Mahomes or Lamar
If you're just
Jackson
gonna pick a random, you're
because they were injured
Daffy
and there
Duck.
was
So
and their
random.
teams and their
Yeah.
teams didn't
Because Herbie's on the rise, could.
and their teams didn't excel
Oh.
because their quarterbacks were hurt.
JSN. Like, throw it somewhere like that.
JSN, well, I wouldn't have been mad about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Herbert
whatever.
seemed like I didn't want to vote for any of the other guys intentionally,
Yeah.
so I'm going to throw this away. And that's no disrespect to Herbert. He's great, but that was just left field.
Yeah, because I mean he did ball out like
For a little
hand
bit,
injury
couple
and
games.
everything. He was like, oh, I'm
He gritted through it.
He's one of those AI hands.
Anyway.
Yeah, that Tyler wants.
Matthew Stafford, right? The ones that click in after they cut my hand
Will
off
Smith.
when I
Yeah.
can't
Look at
deal with
this.
it anymore. Yeah. Anyway, everybody's like,
power
"What
glove."
are we?" Yes, very good. But I guess Matthew Stafford goes by his middle name Matthew because his dad's name is John. So to distinguish between them, I guess he went with Matthew. Turns out. So anyway, I didn't know that. I was like,
you know.
now we know.
John Matthew Stafford. I was like, who the hell is that? Ooh. Anyway, sorry. Coach of the year, Mike Vrabel.
Well
deserved.
earned. There were a lot of good options for Coach of the Year
There's
though,
good.
this year.
Yeah, there
I
was
thought
good
Ben
options.
Johnson
two
was
for
going to
you.
get it for sure.
Who would be two?
Who would be two?
Mike McDonald, I guess.
Yeah,
Well, now, yeah, after that game.
Mike McDonald.
Yeah.
What Shanahan was able to do in San Francisco with all those injuries, I think he's was worth strongly considering as Coach of the Year. Also,
Comeback Player of the Year, CMC. Offensive Player of the Year, JSN.
yep,
Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett.
yeah,
I mean, he got the sack record, right?
barely.
barely, but he got.
He can thank. He can thank
Jared
Burrow
Allen
for that one.
Yes, he can.
Jared Allen would like a word, please. After getting his sack revoked. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Teteroa McMillan.
Well deserved, but that one surprised me a little bit.
T-Mac.
Like,
Who else were you?
I think there were just some other players on the list that I'm like,
Mika Ibuka? Was he on the list?
yeah, he
final?
was, but he was on fire earlier, and
Yeah,
then
and
kind
then
of
he
like
dropped
he
off
kind of
heavy.
dropped off.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name, but there was
T-Mac
another.
was the other way around. He was quiet in the beginning. And then
Yeah.
he blew
There
up,
was
man.
another name that I'm like, oh, it could be this guy. So I was pleasantly surprised, I should say. I thought,
Cam Ward was under the radar. You could probably
Yeah.
if you just like looked at stats, you could probably make a case for Cam
He got
Ward minus
better
the
throughout
minus
the season. He's
minus
gonna
the
be
wins
fun.
and losses.
yeah,
So,
I think Jackson Dart was on the list, and I just assumed it was going to go to him, knowing that he had a decent
Tyler-
year. It didn't jump off
Tyler
the
Shuck was the other one.
another one, but
favorites a lot, like super.
he came
late,
on
yeah.
like later in the season, though, obviously.
was-
So there was
he
some
was
recency
because he
there.
only
But
played like 6
Yeah.
games.
Did you see him in the parade this past weekend?
No.
Hugging balls into the crowd? Dude, he's throwing piss missiles at these kids' faces and shit. And it's like dark, right? Because it's like Mardi Gras and shit.
It's like you're drunk.
And everybody's got lights and stuff, but he's like got these light up footballs. And he's on top of the float just piping them.
I love it.
it's like your drunk uncle after the cookout is done. He's just playing some 3-on-3.
Go deep.
Uncle Rico.
Freaking A. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Carson Schwessinger.
That one was great. I have some of his cards, got an auto of his, so I was pumped about that.
I just pulled his rookie the other
Ohio
day.
State?
Yeah, I think so, right?
The.
Yeah, make sure you get the in there.
What do you think the moment of the year was?
You
That
coming to
one
this
moment of the year.
podcast?
Yeah, obviously.
The one moment of the year?
Yep, like like when the Vikes got the miracle play type of deal. They won one.
Charbonnet picking up that 2-point conversion.
That might be one of the craziest plays I saw all year. There was a lot of great catches.
Yeah, a lot of great catches.
I'm just trying to think some crazy games. If there was any really ridiculous endings that.
I hate to say it as a
There was
Packer
a
fan. It's the
ridiculous ending.
honestly,
The
it's
Caleb
Williams has
Hail
like
Mary
3. He has like 3
to DJ
throws
Moore.
where it's just crazy arm angles out of the pocket by 30
yeah.
30 yards deep. It's a lot of
it.
that. It's
That's the one that
Yeah.
won moment of the
Yeah.
year.
yeah, that's the one that won it, and I would probably agree. That's
I think we should
That's the
remind
one.
him each time that we have him on next year. At
But
the
that was
beginning
the
of
moment
the
of
year.
the year, losing to the Bears on a Hail Mary from freaking Caleb Williams.
Yeah, off his
and
back foot.
that's why we need more corner help because
Yeah.
that doesn't happen then.
All
Is that
right.
on Nixon too?
All right,
Yeah.
because this is probably about to be at least probably 10 minutes. So.
played better
And
than
then
All
we'll
right.
wrap this
Thought
thing
he
up.
played
But
this year.
He did for sure.
a Hall of Fame,
Oh boy, here we go.
Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald,
Yep.
Luke Kuechly,
One of us.
Adam Vinatieri, and Roger Craig.
Why are there not more people?
Yeah, why is there
inducted?
only was that 5?
Yeah,
Why
that the
there only?
max?
this year was 5. The 8 is the max.
Oh, 8 is the max. Right on. Right
Yeah, I was gonna say,
So
like,
are
this
the
seems
more people
small.
supposed to be Kraft and Bill Belichick then? Is that what you're getting at here, buddy?
They had one for Deflategate and Spygate,
Well-
clearly.
So we know where you're
'Cause then-
lying on it.
No, we don't. I'm just telling you what other people thought.
Yeah.
You don't put words in my mouth. You put food in
better
people's
guess.
mouths.
But you've got like some wide receivers that didn't make it. Terrell Suggs arguably should be a Hall of Famer.
No homer bias, but
No,
No,
but
of
no
course not.
he is
bias.
solid.
No.
You look at the stats.
I mean, he's got 2 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, true.
One with
Different when
only
you're on
one with the
defense.
Ravens.
True,
Yeah.
true. Is that the main
I
one?
think
that you're
quarterback's
upset
the only
about,
one
Suggs?
gets that freebie.
I think Suggs is the
People
one
are
that,
upset a little bit about Eli Manning, that Luke Kuechly's in there, but Eli Manning's not. And I was like,
I think
buddy,
I think Eli deserves
Luke was
it.
incredible. though.
do
No.
not come at me for Luke Kuechly.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll lose my mind.
But Manning did this twice.
Yeah, what does Luke Kuechly do? I got concussions.
Man, but if you look at he is
good.
the
I-
second highest rated PFF player
Terry
or middle
Frazier, really
linebacker
good college
ever,
football
And that's-
ever.
And that's fine.
Patrick Willis is first,
Right. So
who's also in the Hall of Fame.
right. And how many rings does he have?
Why does it come down to rings, though? Like, I get it, but why does it come down to
Did he
rings?
end up
Because-
getting one? Is that
no.
when? I don't think he has.
No.
No,
any.
you
Because
got there
When
once.
it's a team thing and
Because-
the Hall of Fame is your
But
individual career.
If you are the middle
But it does feel
linebacker
like
of
it
your
matters.
team,
It does.
You are the
For
play
quarterback.
caller of your defense. You are
True.
the most important person
Just a
on your
quarterback
defense.
of-
So
defense,
when you
yeah.
have a Dan Marino situation or someone that is a really great quarterback that maybe didn't see extreme success consistently throughout their career, is that something that then matters?
it should be taken into
if they're that same type of
it should
leader.
be taken 100%. It should be taken into
And on the
consideration.
other side for Luke Kuechly was MVP level Cam Newton, so it's like,
but he can't frickin' go bounce on the ball.
Yeah, I know.
Good for Luke. I mean, Luke got in. He got shorter years of football.
But I
He
mean,
was a
Terrell
good player.
Suggs is a good point, though.
It is.
Yeah,
It
I
is.
get it.
Don't
I think
get
Suggs
me
will
wrong.
get
Like,
in.
the
He should
injuries
be in.
are unfortunate.
For sure.
And
So
we
if you
don't-
had to pick between Luke and Suggs, who
I
would
would
you
take
pick?
Suggs.
You think Suggs was a better player overall?
I think on
I
paper
do.
I'd agree. Like not being a Ravens fan, it's,
Because of longevity.
well, longevity.
Right,
I
that's a
think
part
the
of it.
difference in play, and
Because-
then if you need to put success in there, obviously you
Because
have to look
arguably
at that.
during the Luke Kuechly era, it was Bobby Wagner and Luke Kuechly who were the best middle linebackers playing at the time. And Bobby Wagner is definitely probably going to get into the Hall of Fame, too. I hope so.
Well, he
Well,
just
he's the
won
Walter Payton
man of the year. Man of the year.
But it's longevity. Also, I was going to bring up Man of the Year. Like, is there ever a bad winner for?
No, they all
Man
have
of the
great
Year?
stories.
That's
Like
what I mean.
I
So,
love it.
yeah,
Like,
I
I'm
like
like,
the
no,
stories are.
he should not have won it. F.
Right.
Like, is there anybody that's
And-
been upset about who won?
And
Walter
because
Payton
it's
Man of
all
the Year?
off the field stuff, when it is a player on a team that you don't root for, you don't see, it's like you don't know their actual impact. You hear about it.
100%.
So having the
Humanizes
ability-
it.
Having the ability to see the things that they're doing for their community, for the organization, for the NFL, it's awesome. So it's
Yeah.
it's hard to be like, oh, not that guy.
No,
I
they're
mean,
good. I feel like the generation we're in now more than ever, as you see there are way more good people, and you're like, crap, I don't want to like that person because they play for this team. And then you see something like that, I think it's different. I think what happens over time is probably the opposite, where if you see a player that has longevity, that's that big time player, and they're not nominated or they don't get that spotlight, you're like, oh, I wonder what they're actually like. So I think it's the reverse effect.
Fair enough.
Put them all in.
So you put them all on. Everybody gets. That's
Anything about Bill that we want to?
this is not the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Fair.
It'll happen. It's definitely like a
Will it,
FU to
though?
both of them. Yes. Bill
So-
Belichick.
Did you
Yes.
did you hear Rob Gronkowski was he being interviewed by Rich Eisen? He was just totally taking pot shots at the Hall of Fame results. He was like, "Man, I don't know if I'm going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer because I never had a good head coach and my quarterback. Who knows if he's a Hall of Famer?"
Well,
God, I like
It's-
those little slide digs. And
well, it's funny, but it's a good point. So then, if he doesn't get in, does Tom Brady not get in?
I don't know. We're talking goofy talk now.
We're talking goofy talk because
With
of what
Bill
just
not,
happened.
I know.
right?
I think it was
There's
the,
no way
the
Tom
writers are
Brady
bitter.
doesn't
There were
get
just
first
people that are
ballot.
bitter that wanted to penalize them a year for Deflategate and
And now it sounds like they're
Spygate.
going to get penalized, right, for
Yeah.
leaking this
That
out.
or do they
hope
hold,
so.
or that or
I
do
hope
they
so.
hold like staff and head coach and stuff to the same level as a player? You know
I
what
feel
I
like-
mean? Like I feel like Tom Brady. They say there should be different categories
Yeah.
and stuff, which probably should be at this point. You know what I mean? But I think there's no way Tom Brady's not.
Yeah, but we're never going to know because if we do know, they're no longer a voter. You know,
Right.
because I
Yeah.
did see
Right.
Harrison just grill Dungy, who is a voter, on live TV this weekend.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how Tony rebuttals that.
Probably won't. I wouldn't.
That
Take it and like
if he takes it, or he says heck with it and gives us 2 cents.
I don't know.
I feel like Tony Dungy wouldn't have voted for Kraft or Belichick out of spite.
Because he beat there all the time.
No, because he actually has a terrible record against him. But Tony Dungy's he's a man of God, so he's really going to probably do
He's
that.
gonna internalize it
He's going to
first.
he's voting on that human aspect where you had those other 3 candidates that are running out of time to actually get in. So I could probably my thought is
Like Roger Craig.
he voted with his heart and was just like, nah, this guy I feel is worthy, and
I'm
he's
glad
probably
Roger
not gonna
Craig
get a
got
chance.
Hometown, right? You think about some of those feel good things. It
Yeah.
made
like
sense.
Roger Craig should have gotten in. He's one of 3 players in NFL history. What is it, to rush for 1,000 yards and receive for 1,000 yards? CMC's one, and then
CJ2K.
Yeah.
yeah, it was. Yeah,
Christopher.
no, it wasn't.
Was it LT
Nope.
then?
Nope, wasn't LT either.
Priest?
Nope,
Dickerson?
nope,
Larry
Allen?
Johnson?
nope,
Marcus? No.
nope.
OJ?
Nope.
Too soon?
That was Miles on the Broncos, not Ryan.
Gosh, who was the third one here? Hold on, I'm pulling it up here. Marshall Falk. Marshall Falk. And Roger Craig being the first one to do it, obviously kind of revolutionized a little bit of the receiving running back game. So that was cool to see him.
It was cool to see how much it meant to him, which it means to all of them. But when
for
you're waiting
sure.
that long and seeing how emotional he got, that was really cool to see how much it meant.
Congratulations, recipients.
Straight
did
from,
it.
Straight from Rob.
No.
Yeah, we'll send you an awesome sticker.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we'll send you an awesome trophy. here.
trophy.
So if you see this in your spam folder, don't throw it away.
Oh my God.
You're not actual garbage. It's just all we have.
Yeah. Well,
We'll email
anyway,
you one.
Yeah, but it is all we have actually. Yeah. But you got to fight Dom for it because it's his technically.
True.
Well, it's Rob's. That's right. Oh,
You got to
God.
fight Rob
It's-
first.
You got to
3
fight a ton of
stages.
people. Yeah.
There's layers to
we're
this
taking
thing.
bets. It's a whole. Anyway. All right. We got to wrap this thing, fellas, because we're way over time. So.
I don't want
Shoot,
it to
we
end.
are.
Yeah, this is the last episode of the season.
It is.
That's it.
So
Rip.
That's it. Rest in peace.
you might catch us do a little draft, little free agent.
Yeah.
Never know.
Maybe we always tease it and then never do it. So that's why
My
I
friends
was
were asking. My friends were asking me, "Is you guys going to do like a off season
we're going
free
to now.
agency
We're
and a
going-
draft?"
Yeah,
I'm
we're
like,
doing it. We're doing it now.
Probably
Kevin, we're
not.
coming over next week.
I was actually trying to come to the barn next Tuesday just to keep tradition alive.
I like it.
Anyway, Justin, thanks
Appreciate
for being
you.
here, man.
Thanks for having
Thanks
me.
for giving us your Packer insight this season.
All year,
It was
yeah. Thank you
appreciated.
for
All the
showing up.
tears,
I
everything.
am
has been
disturbed that they. Turns out they're going to be in the NFC North again next year.
Yep.
So that sucks
great. It's the word on the
for the
street.
Vikes. I expect the Vikes to finish fourth again.
Have a
But they
little
didn't
hope.
finish fourth this year, so which is dope. So that was cool. Depends on the quarterback stitch. Anyway, I'm going. I'm tangent. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Jake.
Hey, Rob.
Thanks for becoming
Jacob.
another co-host this year. That was
Oh,
awesome.
you're welcome.
You were excellent.
I try.
Yeah.
Well prepared. Thank you for being an awesome guest, host.
Thanks
I'm
for
just trying
having
to
me.
stare at him until it's awkward.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. I'll stay
only if
back.
you
When is it?
drink your.
Start whispering crazy.
No, because then Kevin's just gonna get mad at us.
Yeah, he's already giving me eyeballs over there. Roberto,
Coach.
another season.
I know. I can't
Down.
believe we did it. It went fast.
This is 2 full seasons for us.
It
now,
is.
right? Yeah.
And I can't believe we've had 300 episodes on the channel, too.
Nuh-uh. No, not
No.
300 episodes.
Or- 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Three
Three
seasons.
There it is. Whoop, there it is.
Hundreds and seasons get
Yeah,
mixed up
same
around
deal.
here. You know,
same
it's been a
thing.
long season. So, yeah, it'll be fun.
It was to the date, though, last episode, right, Kev, that we ripped? So last Tuesday, it was to the date 3 years?
3 years.
You sure it's not 4? Yeah, it's 3.
So, thanks for everyone watching.
No,
Thanks for all awesome, gentle, nice comments
Oh, and then we did that season, then that season. Right.
on all our takes.
You'll catch up. It's okay.
We talked about 4 football seasons, but the first one was only the Super Bowl. That's what's tripping me up right now. There we go. That's what started it. Yeah, that's why. Anyway, none of you guys care.
And then we
None
get to
of
do an
listeners.
outro.
Yeah. Oh, outro. Yes. God, if only I knew what to say.
So much pressure.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe wherever you listen to the Banter, whether that's YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio. And we will see you next season, maybe.
Yeah.
Go Vikes!
Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. Tune in next time for more Banter with the boys.